Hello everyone, I'm Ben Way. Welcome to WorldPlayHQ, your home for expert analysis, match previews and fearless predictions as we help you build the perfect World Cup bracket. What a start to the tournament we've had. Joining me to recap the action and break down the biggest World Cup ever, we have AJ Greenway, a parochial and possibly sleep-deprived Scot, and another of the DAZN 48 Australian-based content creator and Socceroo tragic in Danny Perello. AJ, for anyone who may question your love and devotion to the game and your beloved Scotland for that matter, can we rule out AI here? You've hand-painted every inch of your house.
Of course, it's the least I could do to represent my country. I'm a proud Scot. It's been 28 years since we were last in a World Cup, and it's quite tame compared to what I was going to do. I was actually going to get a tattoo on my torso of the Scotland flag, but unfortunately my wife talked me out of that.
We'll leave that for another day, I think. WorldPlayHQ is where global football conversation turns into a global competition. The World Cup gives us the drama, but WorldPlay gives you a chance to prove you saw it coming. Watch the games, follow the experts, make your selections, build your bracket by June 30 and compete with fans all over the world for your chance to win. Plus, it's free to play. Follow the action at WorldPlayHQ. Danny, your Socceroos, now they got their tournament underway against Turkey. For the Socceroos, a seventh World Cup and hoping to build on their 2022 round of 16 run. Turkey, they had a 24-year absence from the tournament. It probably wasn't the return they hoped for, a dream scenario for you and everyone watching on, whether it be there in Vancouver or at Darling Harbour in Sydney.
Absolutely. It was incredible scenes down at Darling Harbour. All the fans turned out loud and in full force. I mean, you can see it right there in front of you. We're so proud of our nation. And we know the job's not done, but that result against Czechia was incredible, an incredible start for us. So we'll take the 3 points as we move ahead to face the US.
Stylistically, we'll get to the US in 2 ticks. What did you make of their tactics? Clearly 2-0 winners, that speaks volumes. But it did look a counter-attacking style, and then eventually, once 2-0 up, just park the bus and hold on.
Honestly, the boys were playing amazing football at both ends of the field. Defensively, beautiful. And as well in attack, you saw what the boys did. So I think Popper chose the right team to start today, and even Patrick Beach in goal was incredible. The whole field, you know, we're so proud of the boys, and I think they had an incredible start to the tournament. So tactically, stylistically, clinically, whatever way you want to look at the game, the boys turned it on today.
The other Group D fixture saw co-host USA 4-1 winners against Paraguay since a third-place finish in the inaugural event, and that was back in 1930. The US have only made the quarterfinals once. That was in 2002. But this felt like a real statement, Danny, didn't it?
It did. I mean, Pochettino has the US playing some incredible football as well. I mean, to see a Travella outside of the goal in the opening game of a tournament is pretty special. So Pochettino's doing something right over there for the US.
Here's the Group D table, and Paraguay and Turkey are now, it's fair to say, on the back foot. The US play Australia June 19. Turkey and Paraguay will also play that night, some 9 hours later. It would be remiss of us, though, not to address Scotland's success. It's been a long wait since 1998, the last time you were on the World Cup stage. Some 25 years prior to that, the last time we saw Haiti. How were the emotions as John McGinn's finish secured a 1-0 win, AJ?
As you can probably tell from my very husky voice, it was a very successful night, a very proud night. Honestly, it wasn't as convincing as I'd hoped, but a win's a win, and we'll take it. Considering Morocco and Brazil drew, we're top of the table, so I'm very happy with that.
And fair enough too. The other Group C fixture ended in a 1-1 draw between Brazil and Morocco, as you touch on. An amazing result for Morocco in front of 80,000 plus fans, and proving their semi-final appearance from 4 years ago was no fluke. Has your impression of the group shifted at all, AJ, off the back of these two results?
I've said it before, and I'll stand by it. I think Brazil are not going to be that convincing this tournament, and that's been proven by the fact they only drew with Morocco. I think they're going to find it tough, and like I've always said, I think Scotland are going to top the group and Morocco are going to finish second. I don't think many people agree with me, but I'm sticking with that.
They will breathe a sigh of relief in that it's not just the top two that necessarily go through in this World Cup, with more countries represented than ever before. We did touch on one host. The US are also off to a really hot start. What did you make of Mexico in their 2-0 red card riddled tournament opener against South Africa? Danny?
You know what? It's always so great to see the host nations open up with a winning performance. That was pretty special. The red cards, though, is another question. I mean, the first one was a no-brainer, but I feel like the second two might have been a little bit harsh. I feel like with all these new rules coming in for this World Cup, it might look a little bit different, and I'm excited to see how the tournament's going to play out. But I hope that rawness and authenticity of the game and the specialness of what happens in the moment stays too, and we don't start playing with all these new toys we have too much, because it'd be a shame to see some of these players, you know, miss out on games here in the World Cup. So of course, if it's fair and valid, give them one. If not, I think let's rein it back a little bit.
Hey Jay, I might quickly get your thoughts on this matter, because there was concern off the back of that opener that this could just be the red card World Cup. The trend hasn't continued from that point on, and maybe we can just treat it in isolation now.
It almost feels like it was a test of that match. Maybe there's been some words said afterwards. I don't know. But we don't want to see too many red cards, really, do we? We want the game to flow. We want to see the players being passionate on the pitch. So yeah, I think it was just kind of a one-off, and it's a bit, just, you know, it's the beginning of the tournament.
Well, they made a statement, and maybe everyone's behaved since as a result. So many of the top contenders, they're yet to kick off their tournament. Let's take a close look at some of them and their path to the round of 32. Starting off with European champion Spain. So their shadow looms large over Group H, AJ. Their qualifying campaign was impeccable. A 1-1 draw against Iraq in a warm-up raised eyebrows, but with talents like Rodri and Lamine Yamal, is it a mere formality they progress?
I've said it as well from the beginning. I think Spain could win this tournament. Got a wealth of talent. I'm a big fan of Lamine Yamal. Honestly, they could put two great teams up in the World Cup. You know, honestly, I think they probably will win it. But yeah, such a great team. And they've been fielding great sides for years. It's got that talent in the country, you know.
Yeah, and they're certainly favoured by many to take out this tournament. Danny, we might pick your brain on Spain as well. So France are probably in a similar boat. It's depth where maybe they have the point of difference. Both of them could field two teams and be competitive, truth be told.
Absolutely. Look, I think for me, in the Spanish squad, I think Lamine Yamal is going to be the player of the tournament. You know, he's a real superstar, and, you know, he's such a wonder kid. I think he's going to really shine in this tournament, sort of as he always does. They've also got Pedri, Rodri in the midfield. Like, they're really mixing it at the top of their game at the moment. And then on the other side, as you mentioned, we've obviously got France, who have a stacked squad. I mean, even if you just look at their front three, between Mbappe, Olise, and Dembele, Ballon d'Or winner Dembele, like, the squad is just incredible. I actually think France may take out the tournament, in my opinion.
Okay, there we have it. So we're having a look at France's group there. Spain's tournament, for what it's worth, begins against Cape Verde on June 15, a country which boasts a population just north of 500,000. Next up, they have Saudi Arabia June 21 and Uruguay June 26. France reclaimed the #1 spot, for what it's worth, in the FIFA World Rankings in March. They're alongside those countries you just saw, Senegal, Iraq and Norway in Group I. They boast depth, which we've touched on. Is there a weakness, AJ?
Everybody's got a weakness. Just got to be exploited. And with many World Cups, there's surprises at every turn. Nothing's guaranteed. Yes, France are a strong team, but doesn't mean that they're going to progress. Like I say, anything can happen.
Strange things happen in World Cups, that's for sure. Le Bleu Capitan Kylian Mbappe is the central figure for the French attacking options. Danny, he's currently on 12, Messi 13. Is Miroslav Klose's World Cup record of 16 goals within reach, do you think?
Absolutely. I think between the two of them, somebody's going to beat that record this World Cup.
Yeah, I think that's the case. As we have a look at the list, there are a couple of Ronaldos, but that is the original, I think it's fair to say. AJ, as we head your direction, who will it be, do you think, that sits atop this list at the end? Klose, Messi or Mbappe?
I personally think Mbappe. He's still got youth on his side. He's a great player. He's going to prove himself this World Cup. Honestly, he could go on to get the all-time record that will never be beaten.
Yeah, he's a ridiculous talent, no doubt. Didier Deschamps' men, they're hungry to avenge their 2022 defeat. Their tournament begins June 16 against Senegal in New Jersey, a team they famously lost to in the 2002 tournament, one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history. England, we'll mention them as a heavyweight. They head into the World Cup as one of the strongest European contenders after what has almost been a perfect qualification campaign. There were some big-name omissions at selection time due to, as they put it, tactical fit, but it looks a well-balanced squad. Their biggest weakness has never been ability, though, has it, AJ? It's been a lack of composure in the big moments. That's been their kryptonite.
But as a Scottish fan, I like to pride myself on being unbiased, especially when it comes to England. But having said that, I think I wouldn't call them one of the big hitters. They always seem to think themselves, every tournament they go into, they think they're going to win it. I wouldn't put them up there with the likes of Spain, France. I really just wouldn't. And like one other thing, I can't believe that they've left out Harry Maguire. Like, I would have had him in the squad 100%. I don't know what they were thinking. And there's a couple of other omissions. I don't know what the manager was thinking. And I don't care if it comes back and bites him, but I think it will.
Do you buy into the argument about tactical fit with Harry? That is, I believe, the player it was in reference to.
I don't buy it. You need someone like Harry Maguire in your team. He's got the experience. He's a true leader. The other players look up to him. He's been in major competitions before. You need to start Harry Maguire. So I'm honestly baffled why they've not taken him out for the World Cup.
I think he was genuinely baffled as well. So England's Group L campaign, that starts against Croatia, ranked 11th in the world by FIFA, which is a pretty tough start. They scored 26 goals through qualifying and conceded just 4, if that gives you another marker. So that game's June 18, Ghana June 24, and Panama to round things out for England June 28 in terms of the initial stages of the tournament. Reigning champions Argentina, they headline Group J, officially the third-ranked team in the world behind France and Spain. Danny, how do they bring the same emotional urgency and desperation that we saw 4 years ago?
You know what? It's tough, but Argentina still is stacked with so many incredible players. I mean, you've got Messi in there. He's always going to bring it. And I'll tell you what's another good point to note about this Argentinian squad is that they've routinely been playing together now for the last few tournaments, which always helps. Because as we said, World Cup football can be so unpredictable. So if you have that consistency of a regular squad, it's going to help them a lot.
Well, Argentina's tournament starts against Algeria through to the group stage of a World Cup for the 5th time. That game is on June 17, Austria June 23 and Jordan June 28, who are without star Yazan Al-Naimat, and they may lack the firepower required, you would think. For Lionel Messi and others, this World Cup, well, we said it last World Cup, but will almost certainly be their last. It's a tournament that can really define your legacy. At 38, he's about to enter his 6th World Cup. Has played an all-time record 26 matches. He's equal 4th all-time with 13 goals. Shares the all-time goals and assists record with Pelé on 21. 2 golden balls, all capped off with Argentina's 2022 success. In that tournament, he became the first player to score in the group stage, round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final and final of the same event. It was the missing piece on a remarkable resume, wasn't it, AJ?
Honestly, Messi, what he has achieved in his career is remarkable. He's arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest players of all time. I'm a big fan of his. I've followed him my whole life. But I think when it comes to him and Argentina, I don't think this is their tournament. I just don't think they have. I just don't think they're up there with the likes of France and Spain. I think, yeah, I think it's going to be a disappointing end for Messi.
Okay, well, truth be told, we thought he got the romantic end to his World Cup career with victory 4 years ago. He's decided to go around again, and we'll see how big his contribution is. Fairly or unfairly, Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have always been compared. At 41, Cristiano, well, he too enters a sixth World Cup, 22 matches, 8 goals, a goal every 220 minutes, compared to one in 178 minutes for Messi. Perhaps more pertinent though, guys, is their knockout phase contribution. So in 12 knockout games, Messi has 5 goals, 6 assists. Ronaldo in 8 knockout games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Is this an unfair comparison given the respective strengths of their teams, or is it a rare blemish on a remarkable CV, Danny?
It's such a tricky question because I think Ronaldo contributes so much more than just, I know he's got incredible goal scoring abilities, but I think he contributes a lot more than that to his Portuguese side. And I actually think a lot of people are sleeping on Portugal in this tournament. They're favourites as well for me, to be completely honest with you. I'm definitely putting them up there. And I think given it's Ronaldo's last tournament, as you mentioned, he's going to be coming for everything. I think we shouldn't sleep on Portugal.
Okay, well, AJ, I might just come to you on this. Portugal are considered by many to be sort of a top 4, top 5 chance. You've mentioned Spain and France, and I think I'm getting the feeling you feel they're sort of clear of the rest. But are Portugal a danger?
Can I just say, I'm like a massive fan of Ronaldo. And funnily enough, we actually share the same birthday. We're both the same age, so we're both 41. I would love to see Ronaldo finally win the World Cup, end his career with the World Cup. It would be great for him and it'd be great for Portugal. And obviously, I want Scotland to win, but if they don't win, I would actually like to see Portugal win.
I haven't seen you play, but is that where the similarities end?
They call me the Scottish Ronaldo.
Oh, do they?
So I'll let you decide. Yeah.
Who's they? Your mum?
I'm not gonna come back with a reply that I could have come back with. But yeah, my mum.
Let's have a look at Portugal and their campaign and what's coming up. So it no longer really depends exclusively on one individual and their brilliance. Their World Cup kicks off June 18 against the Democratic Republic of the Congo, who return to the World Cup for the first time in 52 years. Guys, that'll do us for episode 1. We look forward to your company throughout the tournament. Thanks very much, AJ. Thanks very much, Danny. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you again soon. And don't forget to ride the wave with us. Watch the games, follow the experts, make your selections, build your bracket by June 30 and compete with fans all over the world for your chance to win. Follow the action at WorldPlayHQ.